Well, I mean, it was just a totally chaotic situation because I still got to run Tesla and SpaceX while trying to figure out anything about how Twitter runs.
What's the first thing that pops to mind when you think of Elon Musk? Well, maybe it's his ambitious goals that seem to defy the limits of possibility. But how much of those ambitions have attracted the public attention? Well, as it turns out, there's much more to his ventures than just electric cars and reusable rockets. Behind the headlines, Musk is working on groundbreaking projects that could change the future of humanity. This is no exaggeration. Stick with us as we unveil Elon Musk's top 7 secret projects that will change our lives forever. You won't believe number 5. Let's get started. Number 1. SpaceX Starship program. SpaceX's Starship is a revolutionary leap forward in space travel, designed to redefine humanity's relationship with the cosmos. Elon Musk envisions it as the backbone of interplanetary travel, a fully reusable spacecraft capable of transporting people and cargo beyond Earth at a scale never before attempted. Standing at a towering 394 feet or 120 meters, when stacked with its booster, the Super Heavy, Starship is the tallest and most powerful rocket ever built. It surpasses even NASA's Saturn V, which took astronauts to the moon in both height and thrust. The entire system is constructed from stainless steel, making it more resistant to the extreme conditions of space travel. What sets Starship apart is its reusability. Traditionally, rockets are discarded after a single use, making space travel prohibitively expensive. Starship, however, is designed to be fully reusable, drastically reducing launch costs. According to Musk,
"Won't you see the Starship rocket launch at SpaceX? Oh, we got a new telegirl here."
A Starship launch could eventually cost as little as $2 million per flight, compared to the $62 million price tag of a Falcon 9 launch, or the $4 billion per launch cost of NASA's Space Launch System. The rocket is powered by SpaceX's cutting-edge Raptor engines, which run on a combination of methane and liquid oxygen. This is a game-changer for long-term space missions, particularly for Mars colonization, because methane can be produced on Mars by extracting carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and combining it with hydrogen. Starship is also a crucial part of NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return astronauts to the moon and establish a long-term lunar base. In 2021, SpaceX won a $2.9 billion contract from NASA to develop a modified Starship for the Artemis 3 mission, which will land astronauts on the moon for the first time since 1972. With its enormous cargo capacity, capable of carrying over 100 metric tons or 220,000 pounds per launch, Starship could transport the materials necessary to build a permanent lunar base. Starship could also revolutionize travel on Earth itself. By launching into suborbital space and landing on the other side of the planet in under an hour, Starship could replace long-haul flights, turning journeys that currently take over 12 to 15 hours into just 30 to 45 minutes. Despite its many promises, the development of Starship has not been without challenges. SpaceX has gone through multiple prototype tests, many of which ended in spectacular explosions. In December 2020, the SN8 prototype successfully performed a high-altitude test flight, but exploded upon landing due to a fuel pressure issue. Subsequent prototypes, such as SN9 and SN10, faced similar fates, although SN10 managed to land before later exploding due to a landing leg failure.
Face off a small island in the Pacific, but just moments after takeoff, the rocket failed.
Despite these setbacks, each test has provided valuable data, allowing engineers to refine the design. In April 2023, Starship had its first full-stack launch attempt, which ended with the self-destruction of the vehicle due to an anomaly. Most recently, Starship Flight 7 blew up mid-flight. This may seem like a setback, but in the grand scheme of SpaceX's vision, it is just another stepping stone toward a future of interplanetary travel. Every rocket failure provides crucial data, refining designs, improving safety, and bringing humanity closer to deep space exploration. SpaceX has long embraced an iterative development approach, where rapid prototyping and testing, even when it results in fiery failures, drive innovation at an unprecedented pace. From the early days of Falcon 1 struggling to reach orbit to the numerous Starship prototypes that have met explosive ends, each so-called failure has paved the way for success. just as past rockets like Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy overcame their initial hurdles to become reliable workhorses of spaceflight.
Yes, the Falcon Heavy.
Falcon Heavy is essentially 3 Falcon 9 rockets all strapped together.
Starship is following the same trajectory. While the spectacle of a rocket explosion may grab headlines, the reality is that each of these tests brings SpaceX closer to its goal, proving that failures are not the end of the road, but rather essential milestones in the journey to an inevitable future where space travel is as routine as air travel. If Starship succeeds, it will mark a fundamental shift in how humans approach space travel. Whether it is used for scientific exploration, planetary colonization, or rapid Earth-to-Earth travel, it is the most powerful and versatile spacecraft ever built. Musk is not merely building a rocket, he is forging a pathway to the cosmos, turning science fiction into reality and reshaping the future of human civilization. That was impressive, right? Well, there's much more from where that came.
Elon Musk's SpaceX is known for its frequent launches, which now dominate the space industry.
Number 2. Starlink Global Internet. Starlink is a global high-speed internet network that works by deploying thousands of small satellites into low Earth orbit. Unlike traditional geostationary satellites, which operate at 35,786 kilometers or 20 to 236 miles above Earth, and suffer from high latency, often exceeding 600 milliseconds.
This garland of little lights, one after another, absolutely perfectly sequenced, and it was Starlink.
Starlink satellites orbit at much lower altitudes, ranging from 340 to 1,200 kilometers, or 211 to 746 miles. This drastically reduces latency to as low as 20 to 40 milliseconds, making Starlink's internet speeds competitive with, or even superior to, fiber optic broadband. With download speeds currently averaging 50 to 250 megabits per second, and future upgrades targeting speeds of up to 1 gigabits per second,
Starlink is SpaceX's answer to providing global, high-speed internet coverage.
Starlink is revolutionizing internet access, particularly in remote and underserved regions where traditional broadband infrastructure is difficult or expensive to deploy. Starlink functions as a massive, interconnected satellite constellation, using laser links to enable direct communication between satellites, reducing reliance on ground stations, and significantly improving coverage. Each satellite weighs approximately 260 kilograms, or 573 pounds, and is equipped with 4 phased array antennas, allowing it to efficiently transmit and receive data. The satellites use Hall effect thrusters powered by krypton gas, allowing them to maneuver in orbit and safely deorbit at the end of their lifespan. Unlike older satellites, which often remain in space as debris, Starlink satellites are designed to burn up completely upon re-entry. Starlink has launched over 5,000 satellites, making it the largest satellite constellation in history. SpaceX aims to reach 12,000 satellites in the near future, with an ultimate goal of expanding to 42,000 satellites, ensuring global coverage, including remote and polar regions.
Starlink has been praised for its ability to connect remote parts of the world that would otherwise not have access to reliable internet.
Starlink is already operational in over 60 countries, providing connectivity to remote villages, research stations in Antarctica, transoceanic ships, aircraft, and even military operations. One of its most notable applications has been in Ukraine.
Starlink now has over 2 million active customers and is available on all 7 continents and in over 60 countries.
Where Starlink became a lifeline for the government and military after the Russian invasion,
the service has also become indispensable in areas hit by natural disasters, and more recently during times of war, particularly the Russia-Ukraine war.
Disrupted conventional communication networks. Ukrainian forces relied on Starlink terminals for secure battlefield coordination, drone operations, and strategic communications. One of Starlink's standout features is its plug-and-play user equipment. Subscribers receive a self-orienting dish which can be set up in minutes. The dish automatically aligns with satellites in the sky, ensuring a stable connection without requiring professional installation. This ease of use makes Starlink particularly valuable for rural communities, emergency responders, RV travelers, maritime industries, and aviation. In 2023, SpaceX introduced Starlink Aviation, providing high-speed, low-latency internet for commercial and private jets, a game-changer for in-flight connectivity. Beyond internet access, Starlink is shaping the future of global communication and emerging technologies. Tesla, Musk's electric vehicle company, plans to integrate Starlink into its autonomous vehicle network, ensuring uninterrupted real-time data exchange even in areas with weak or non-existent cellular networks. Starlink also plays a critical role in scientific research stations, enabling real-time data transmission for Arctic observatories, deep-sea exploration vessels, and disaster response teams. It is also expected to support SpaceX's Mars colonization plans by providing interplanetary communication between Earth and Mars. Financially, Starlink is a cornerstone of SpaceX's long-term revenue strategy. While SpaceX's rocket launches generate billions in revenue annually, Musk has stated that Starlink's potential market value exceeds $30 billion per year, far outpacing SpaceX's traditional launch services. The revenue from Starlink is crucial for funding SpaceX's other ambitious projects, particularly the Starship rocket program, which is vital for future lunar and Martian missions. Despite its rapid expansion, Starlink faces challenges, including regulatory hurdles, geopolitical restrictions, competition from Amazon's Project Kuiper, and concerns over space congestion. Astronomers have also raised concerns about Starlink satellites interfering with ground-based telescopes, prompting SpaceX to develop anti-reflective coatings and VisorSat technology to minimize light pollution. Despite these challenges, Starlink's impact on global connectivity is undeniable. By bringing high-speed, low-latency internet to remote and underserved areas, enabling secure communications in war zones, supporting scientific research in extreme environments, and laying the groundwork for future space-based communication networks, Starlink is reshaping the way the world connects. Number 3. Mars colonization. Whether from asteroid impacts, climate disasters, pandemics, or nuclear war, the risks of staying confined to Earth are too great. Musk understands this, and his solution to the situation is to expand humanity's presence beyond our home planet and establish a self-sustaining civilization on Mars. His aerospace company, SpaceX,
Hi, welcome to SpaceX. Here we are in the lobby.
Is leading this mission, with the long-term goal of building a thriving Martian city with at least 1 million inhabitants. The Starship rockets are capable of carrying up to 100 passengers along with large cargo loads, and are thus perfect for regular voyages between Earth and Mars. The plan involves launching entire fleets of Starships during optimal planetary alignments and transporting settlers, supplies, and equipment needed to construct the first Martian settlements. Over time, these missions will lay the foundation for a permanent human presence, with each voyage bringing more infrastructure and technological advancements to transform Mars into a habitable planet. Mars is the most viable destination for colonization within our solar system. Its day length of 24.6 hours is remarkably close to Earth's, making it easier for humans to adapt. More importantly, Mars contains frozen water in its polar ice caps and underground reservoirs, which can be extracted for drinking, farming, and even oxygen and fuel production through electrolysis. While Mars has a thin atmosphere composed mostly of carbon dioxide, this could be harnessed for greenhouse agriculture, enabling sustainable food production. Musk's vision includes pressurized habitats and domed cities, shielding settlers from harsh temperatures and cosmic radiation, and advanced life support systems. He has repeatedly stated his goal of sending the first crewed mission within the 2030s, following several uncrewed flights that will establish basic infrastructure. The initial phases will focus on scouting viable settlement locations, testing life support systems, and refining resource extraction techniques. Early missions will prioritize water extraction, solar power generation, and fuel production from Martian materials, reducing dependency on Earth. Over time, these outposts will expand into interconnected habitats, research labs, and industrial facilities, eventually evolving into self-sustaining cities. The long-term vision is to create a society where humans can live, work, and thrive independently from Earth, ensuring that Mars is not just an outpost, but a true second home for humanity. The challenges of colonizing Mars, however, are immense. A journey to Mars takes 6 to 9 months, during which astronauts will face high cosmic radiation exposure, microgravity-related health issues, and psychological stress from prolonged isolation. Once they arrive, they must contend with extreme cold, intense dust storms, and an unbreathable atmosphere. SpaceX is actively working on solutions, including radiation shielding, in-situ resource utilization, and advanced life support systems that will enable settlers to produce oxygen, water, and building materials from the Martian environment. This will be crucial for reducing the need for costly and logistically complex resupply missions from Earth. But Musk sees Mars as a beacon of human progress and innovation. He believes that the very act of striving for interplanetary expansion will drive breakthroughs in energy, engineering, artificial intelligence, and sustainability that will benefit life on Earth. Critics argue that resources should be focused on solving Earth's problems first, but Musk sees space colonization and planetary preservation as complementary goals. The technologies developed for Mars, such as efficient renewable energy systems, closed-loop life support, and advanced automation, could also revolutionize how we manage resources on Earth. If SpaceX succeeds, Mars will not remain a distant, unreachable world, but the first stepping stone to an interplanetary future. Colonizing Mars is not just about escaping potential catastrophes, it is about pushing the limits of human potential, embracing the unknown, and taking our first real steps toward becoming a multi-planetary species. The coming decades will determine whether this vision remains science fiction or becomes the defining chapter in human history. Number 4. Hyperloop. Elon Musk's Hyperloop is a revolutionary attempt to redefine high-speed travel and challenge the limits of modern infrastructure. First introduced in 2013, the Hyperloop aims to transport passengers and cargo at airline speeds while remaining on the ground, using a near-frictionless system that drastically increases efficiency. At its core, the technology relies on pods traveling through a vacuum-sealed tube, minimizing air resistance and allowing speeds to exceed 700 miles per hour. Unlike conventional trains, which rely on tracks and wheels, the Hyperloop utilizes magnetic levitation, or maglev, to suspend the pod above the surface, eliminating friction and significantly reducing energy consumption. The result is an ultra-fast, smooth, quiet, and efficient mode of travel that could transform the idea of transportation. Musk envisioned Hyperloop as a hybrid between a high-speed train and an airplane, capable of revolutionizing both daily commutes and long-distance travel. By integrating solar panels along the exterior of the tube, the system is designed to be self-sustaining, dramatically reducing its carbon footprint compared to cars, airplanes, and traditional rail networks. The potential impact is enormous. Imagine traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco in just 30 minutes, a trip that currently takes over 6 hours by car or nearly 90 minutes by plane when factoring in airport procedures. Similarly, a New York to Washington, D.C. journey could be completed in under 20 minutes, effectively shrinking geographic distances. The concept of a Hyperloop system is open source, inviting engineers and private companies worldwide to bring it to life. Several firms, including Virgin Hyperloop and Hyperloop TT, have since taken up the challenge, developing prototypes and constructing test tracks. One of the most notable test facilities is in Nevada, where experimental pods have already reached speeds of over 300 miles per hour, proving the feasibility of the concept. However, the Hyperloop is not just about passenger transport, it also has game-changing implications for global freight logistics. By moving cargo at extreme speeds, the system could reduce reliance on trucks and planes, dramatically cutting shipping times and greenhouse gas emissions while making supply chains more efficient and cost-effective. Despite its immense potential, the Hyperloop faces significant obstacles. The cost of infrastructure development is massive, requiring large-scale investment and engineering breakthroughs. Additionally, extensive regulatory approval, land acquisition, and safety concerns present formidable challenges. Moreover, maintaining a vacuum-sealed environment over long distances is another technological hurdle that must be overcome before large-scale implementation becomes viable. However, Musk remains optimistic that these challenges can be addressed through continued innovation. He believes that advancements in materials science, automation, and artificial intelligence will lower costs and solve technical issues, making the Hyperloop a practical reality in the coming decades. While this is in theory, the next one, number 5, is very much real, and for some, it is a total nightmare. Number 5. Neuralink. What is it that makes us human and machines? Well, machines. Everyone has their own answers to this. One can debate that either form is better than the other. But what if we were to merge the two? Well, this is far from a concept. It's a real thing. Neuralink aims to forge a direct interface between the human brain and artificial intelligence. Founded in 2016, the company seeks to develop a seamless brain-computer interface that can decode neural activity and facilitate communication between neurons and digital systems. In simple words, it can allow you to control your digital systems just by thinking about it. With Neuralink, Musk envisions a future in which human cognition is augmented, neurological disorders are treated with unprecedented precision, and artificial intelligence becomes an extension of human thought rather than a separate entity. At the heart of this cutting-edge technology are ultra-thin, flexible electrodes, thinner than a human hair, designed to be implanted into the brain with minimal invasiveness, connecting neural pathways to a chip that both transmits and receives signals. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of Neuralink is its potential for medical applications. The technology is designed to restore lost neurological functions, opening new possibilities for treating paralysis, blindness, speech impairments, and neurodegenerative diseases. The implantation process, conducted by a specially designed robotic system, ensures precise placement of the microscopic electrodes, which detect and interpret electrical signals generated by neurons. These signals are then translated into digital commands, allowing the brain to communicate with external devices. The implications of this are staggering. Individuals suffering from spinal cord injuries could regain control over their limbs by transmitting thought-generated commands to robotic prosthetics. Blind individuals might restore vision by interfacing with digital retinal implants. Those unable to speak due to conditions like ALS could communicate through direct neural-to-text translation, effectively enabling speech through thought alone. Early trials with animal models have already demonstrated remarkable results, including the ability of a monkey to play video games using only its mind, showcasing the feasibility of direct brain-to-device communication. If successfully implemented in humans, Neuralink could redefine medicine, dramatically improving the quality of life for millions suffering from neurological impairments. The technology could also enhance cognitive abilities, enabling humans to process and store information at unprecedented speeds. The potential to expand memory capacity, accelerate learning, and improve focus could lead to a future in which individuals operate at enhanced intellectual levels, pushing the boundaries of human potential. One of the most ambitious aspects of Neuralink's vision is the prospect of direct brain-to-brain communication, a concept that could revolutionize how humans interact, eliminating language barriers and creating an entirely new mode of information exchange. Musk has even suggested that knowledge could be downloaded directly into the brain, fundamentally altering education, training, and human intelligence. Such a system would allow humans to instantly acquire new skills, retain complex information effortlessly, and even integrate AI-driven cognitive enhancements, blurring the line between biological and artificial intelligence. However, despite its immense potential, Neuralink faces significant scientific, ethical, and logistical challenges. Brain surgery, even with the assistance of advanced robotics, carries risks such as infection, immune rejection, and potential damage to delicate neural structures. Additionally, there are profound concerns about data privacy and security. If thoughts can be digitized, the risk of hacking, external manipulation, or unauthorized access to personal neural data becomes a pressing issue. Critics have also raised questions about the implications of merging human consciousness with machines, warning that such a development could compromise free will, introduce new forms of surveillance, or even lead to unintended psychological consequences. The ethical concerns surrounding brain augmentation, cognitive enhancement, and AI integration will require rigorous debate, legal frameworks, and safeguards to ensure that Neuralink's technology is used responsibly. Number 6. Humanoid robots. The Tesla bot, officially named Optimus, represents Elon Musk's bold vision of a humanoid robot designed to seamlessly integrate into everyday life, assisting humans with a wide range of tasks. Unlike the robotic figures often depicted in science fiction, Optimus is designed as a functional, practical, and non-threatening tool that can handle repetitive, dangerous, or physically demanding tasks. Standing at approximately 5 feet 8 inches and weighing around 125 pounds or 57 kilograms, The Tesla bot is built to navigate human environments effortlessly, mimicking human movements and behaviors. With a lifting capacity of up to 45 pounds or 20 kilograms and a walking speed of 5 miles per hour or 8 kilometers per hour, Optimus is engineered to function efficiently in both industrial settings and domestic environments, making it one of the most ambitious advancements in humanoid robotics to date. At the core of Tesla Bot's intelligence lies Tesla's advanced AI system, the same neural network that powers the company's self-driving vehicles. This allows Optimus to process real-time information, recognize objects and people, and learn from its surroundings, enabling it to adapt to various tasks without explicit programming. The integration of computer vision, machine learning, and neural networks ensures that the robot can interpret complex environments and interact safely with humans. Tesla envisions a future in which Optimus will take over labor-intensive roles, particularly in industries such as manufacturing, logistics, construction, and healthcare, reducing workplace hazards and increasing efficiency. The Tesla bot is also expected to assist with household chores, such as carrying groceries, cleaning, organizing items, and other routine domestic activities that people either find tedious or physically challenging. Musk has also suggested that these robots could be companions for the elderly, serve as caregivers for those with disabilities, and even act as emergency responders in hazardous or disaster-stricken areas. Since its initial prototype reveal in August 2021, Tesla has been consistently refining the design and functionality of Optimus, focusing on safety, adaptability, and user control. The robot is built with a lightweight frame and an energy-efficient system, ensuring that it remains practical for extended use in both home and workplace settings. Musk has strongly emphasized that Tesla bot will always be under human control, with strict fail-safe mechanisms in place to prevent autonomous or independent decision-making that could pose risks to humans. Unlike AI-driven robots in science fiction that develop their own intelligence, Optimus is intended to be controllable. Tesla has also prioritized human safety in its engineering, ensuring that the robot moves at a manageable speed, lacks significant physical strength beyond human levels, and is easy to override or disable if necessary. While the technology is still in its early stages, the long-term vision for Tesla bot is nothing short of revolutionary. Musk has stated that he believes humanoid robots will one day be as common as smartphones, playing an integral role in everyday life, businesses, and even social interactions. Future iterations of Optimus could potentially redefine human-machine interaction, offering assistance far beyond simple automation. If successful, Tesla bot could bridge the gap between AI-driven digital assistance and physical labor, reshaping industries and fundamentally altering how humans approach work, caregiving, and daily tasks. By developing Optimus, Tesla is laying the foundation for a future in which robotics and artificial intelligence work in harmony with human society. Well, this next one may not sound like much, but it deserves your attention. Number 7. The Boring Company. Elon Musk's Boring Company is reimagining urban transportation by shifting travel underground, offering a radical alternative to conventional road expansion. Instead of widening highways or constructing new overpasses, Musk envisions a future in which traffic jams are virtually eliminated through a vast network of high-speed subterranean tunnels. The idea, which originated as an offhand remark about Los Angeles' notorious gridlock, quickly evolved into a serious engineering endeavor, driven by Musk's frustration with traditional road infrastructure. The Boring Company seeks to create an efficient, scalable, and cost-effective transit network beneath major metropolitan areas, potentially revolutionizing urban mobility. Unlike traditional subway systems, the Boring Company's Loop concept is designed to provide a more personalized, point-to-point travel experience. Instead of large public transit trains with fixed stops, passengers can board autonomous electric pods or Tesla vehicles, which would travel through underground tunnels at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour or 240 kilometers per hour. These vehicles would bypass traffic and avoid unnecessary stops, significantly reducing commute times while offering a more streamlined and comfortable ride. The system is envisioned as a high-frequency, on-demand transit solution, capable of accommodating both individual riders and groups without the delays associated with public transportation. One of the Boring Company's first successful implementations of this vision is the Las Vegas Convention Center Loop, a system of underground tunnels that allows visitors to travel between various points within the massive convention center complex in less than 2 minutes, a trip that would typically take 15 to 20 minutes on foot. While this initial project covers a limited area, Musk's long-term ambitions extend far beyond Las Vegas. He envisions entire metropolitan regions being connected by subterranean highways, where commuters, tourists, and businesses can move swiftly and efficiently without contributing to surface-level congestion. The Boring Company has already proposed expansion projects in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Miami, with the ultimate goal of transforming urban transportation globally. Beyond urban mobility, the Boring Company is also laying the groundwork for integrating Hyperloop technology, an ambitious concept in which pressurized vacuum tubes allow high-speed pods to travel at speeds exceeding 600 miles per hour or 965 kilometers per hour. Overall, the advantages of underground transportation extend far beyond reducing traffic congestion. Tunnels are impervious to weather conditions, ensuring uninterrupted operation regardless of rain, snow, or ice. Additionally, underground systems significantly reduce noise pollution, improving urban quality of life and allowing cities to repurpose valuable surface space for parks, pedestrian zones, and public infrastructure. This could lead to more sustainable, walkable cities, where the dominance of automobiles is reduced, creating a healthier and more environmentally friendly urban landscape. However, building an extensive underground tunnel network presents significant technical and financial challenges. Traditional tunneling methods are notoriously expensive and time-consuming, making large-scale projects difficult to justify from a cost-efficiency standpoint. To address this, the Boring Company is developing next-generation tunneling machines, which are designed to dramatically increase excavation speed while reducing costs. Musk has stated that the company's goal is to make tunneling operations 10 times more efficient than conventional methods, ultimately bringing the price of underground infrastructure in line with, or even cheaper than, above-ground alternatives. Safety is another critical concern for underground transit systems. The Boring Company is prioritizing the development of earthquake-resistant tunnels, ensuring that its structures remain secure and operational, even in seismically active regions like California and Japan. Additionally, airflow, fire suppression, and emergency evacuation procedures are being carefully engineered to ensure that passengers remain safe in the event of an accident or power failure. Musk has also proposed integrating freight and cargo transport into the network. By creating dedicated subterranean shipping corridors, goods could be moved between cities, ports, and distribution centers with unprecedented speed and efficiency. This concept, sometimes referred to as Hyperloop freight, could revolutionize global logistics, reducing dependency on highway trucking and lowering fuel consumption and carbon emissions.
If fully realized, such a system could transform not only urban transit, but also international trade and commerce, streamlining the movement of products between countries in ways that were previously unimaginable. Despite the many hurdles that remain, the Boring Company has already demonstrated that Musk's futuristic concepts are not mere fantasy, but tangible steps toward reshaping how people and goods move in the 21st century. By pioneering cost-effective tunneling solutions, advancing Hyperloop technology, and addressing critical infrastructure challenges, the company is laying the foundation for a radically different transportation future. This underground revolution could redefine the very structure of cities, the nature of work and commerce, and the way people experience the world. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? If you did, please consider liking, dropping a comment, and hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our new uploads. Also, don't miss this video you see on your screen right now. It's truly unbelievable.